Good morning, people. Let's jump into AMZY and Amazon, the last one I'm doing here in the morning before the market. All right. Um, Amazon up 2.90, $5 and change, and we were up 2.59. So what transpired? Okay, no shares added. Pretty consistent there. Not much cash change. So it all comes down to the almighty earnings today after the market close. Okay, Q2 earnings for the end of June, second quarter will be out this evening. The consensus is 103. I had seen 102, but yesterday when I searched again, it was 103. So that is predicating what really happens because normally with 2 days to go, and think about it, when the earnings come out, there'll only be 1 day to go. And I don't think we could move up a dollar or two in anticipation. My gut is telling me that this is going to be a positive earning, that they're going to beat and probably beat pretty well. Could do $1.10, $1.20 or something. The issue becomes on the conference call, which are traditionally done the next day in the morning. That will give guidance. They go into much greater detail and, well, how does that impact? We're seeing this trend of softening, things are up. Whatever they say could then cause the market to change. So here's how I see it all playing out for AMZY holders. So let's go to well, you're looking at the weekly. So there are 4.29 and 5.63. Here's the close. Here's AMZY's close. Okay. So we're only showing 65. Well, actually, we're showing losing, which is very interesting with 2 trading days. It's almost unheard of, except in a MSTR and NVIDIA. But when you add earnings into the mix, even stable Amazon with the options market gets a high IV. So let's take a look at what I mean by that specifically. So here's holdings. Let's take the synthetic first, and I'll get into the weekly. So we are doing better, right? We were 16 million loss, 15 million loss on our 200 calls that expire 2 weeks from tomorrow. 17, and we dropped to 12. So that nice 6 point up. So that means a 12 point just about takes us to no loss. So getting a 12 point, what would that do to us? Well, that would make this 198. I don't expect it until Friday morning because remember, after hours doesn't change the option market. So my guess is we trod through the day to day and we're 187, 188, 189, even 190 without going up nearer 195 or 197. These are going to be cut in half. You got 2 days left. If this is 2 days value, and then earnings determines everything. And remember, sometimes you get an initial burst. You can have, buy the rumor, sell the news. Amazon come out and say we made 120, $1.20. Boom, the initial thing, it flies up, right? It goes from whatever the close is, right? Some number. My sense is it moves up $1 or two today. Is there FOMO left from the potential rate cut in September, which is kind of crazy when it's September, but I'm not going to fight the tape. So let's say we're 188, and then they go into aftermarkets with a positive earning speed. Then likely that initial burst is going to be 195, 197. It could go to 200, 205, and it'll probably settle down in after hours. I'm guessing it close somewhere, if it's a beat, at 200, 197. So we're going to be not that far away, and then it depends on Friday. But look how ugly they're treating this, right? I mean, we're behind on both of these when normally a 186 is well below a 197, 4 or 5% with 2 trading days on an Amazon, but because of earnings, okay? So that is very interesting in itself. Now remember, we make money on the synthetic. If it goes to 200, we're going to lose money here, and then we're going to lose money here. Not as bad here, but we're still going to lose, right? We're going to lose all we collected and more. But these aren't huge. These are 1.5 million. You know, right now we had only collected, or sorry, we collected 1.5 million, but we have to pay 2.5 right now. And think about how much premium they're showing. If on Friday the stock is 200, that's about what we would have. We would have to buy it back at 250, 253, something like that. So that 200 sends this up substantially, right? That wipes out the 12 million there. So, you know, the yin and yang is kind of favored in our advantage up here, but I'd hate to see us lose money on this. Again, this is not, it's, this is paper, so it's not realized yet if it gets better. And this is, we've already collected the money and we got to settle tomorrow by close. Now, let's take a not a good earnings, you know, mediocre. They got 102 or they got 103. And the market initially says, okay, good, and then turns around. Then we win our weeklies. So let's get over to the payment. And, or yeah. So what did we close at? 2098. 2098 and 2094 is fair value. All right, and here's what it looked like. I showed you this on the graph. Let's go to payouts because this is where it all comes down to. So we're losing 12 million, but that could be made up in, you know, 12, 13 points easily. We get to 200 and it's already made up. That put is going to, well, it's 2 weeks out. They're going to have a little bit of premium, but the call's going to way up and the put's going to shrink. The put's showing 15. If we get to 200, the put's going to show 5 or 6 probably with 2 weeks. So anyway, as we stand now, we got a 70 cent in the piggy bank. Now we're at risk a little bit on these weeklies. Yeah, I showed you all that. So I went through and I looked at this, and we were trading at 22.12 when we got this 76.5 cent distribution. Okay. So 2098 is where we are. So I think the fund has enough money to pay a 70, 72 cents, something like that. And then how this all plays out, I'll keep you posted. That's why I'm going to do all my estimates over the weekend. So I've got real numbers to know. And I'll get all that out to you on all of the funds. But obviously, the 6 I cover, I know pretty intently, but I'm going to cover all of them for you. Okay, guys, so that's kind of what I got right now. Everything's good, but boy, is that aftermarket going to be really interesting for Amazon today. And then for those of you that have Coin and Coney and all that, that's going to be interesting. Misty, not so. You know, their income is so small with their software. They're going to have a loss no matter what. It's just is it bigger or lower. I don't see much swing in Misty on their earnings. So if you notice, I didn't talk about it. It's not that relevant. It will be over time as they grow their software. Okay, guys, that's what I got for you. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So Bruce from Targeted Wealth Creation signing out. Hope you had fun. Hope you were entertained. Have a great day ahead. Bye for now.